Hi, this is You Heard Me. I'm Taliyah.
I'm Ke'La.
And this is Imperfect People. Today we are going to be talking about the myths of foster care. We're going to start with a really basic and really good one, right on the nose. All foster kids are orphans.
So, in my opinion, foster kids are not orphans. They're just kids who doesn't have that, support by their parents, or they can't live with their parents because of something their parents have done, or something like in between that, such as drug addiction, abandonment, neglect.
Yeah. I also would like to dismiss the idea of people thinking that all foster kids are orphans because of the fact that, they're in care or maybe they don't speak to their parents, because a lot of the cases in DCF tend to be kids getting removed from behavioral issues or, stuff like that. And it's not always the parent sometimes. And sometimes it is the parent, but it's also the kid doesn't want to go back or, what I'm saying? So people make their own decisions as well. I don't feel like that should be the end of the discussion, but majority of the times, none of them are orphans. And the ones that are orphans, please, y'all do y'all research and look up what orphan means before y'all call us it.
Yeah. Based on what you said, foster kids are not orphans. Orphans is if their parents just completely gave up on them or did not want them from birth. It's not even an orphan. I don't even believe in the word orphan. The technical term of orphan
is dead to deceased parents.
Yeah.
So if they gave it to them at birth, majority of the time you're going to consider them an orphan too because you never met your parents. But to deceased parents is really an orphan, and a lot of people do not have that case. A lot of people don't. So let's just take that myth out the way.
The second myth we're going to be talking about is that foster kids are bad in school. What's your opinion on that one?
I don't know. That's a good topic. I don't know how I feel about that one because necessarily, if we're going to be honest, a lot of us are bad in school, but I don't think it has nothing to do with foster care. It has something to do with growing in an environment that you are. And a lot of people, different environments tend to have different ways of living and stuff like that. I've had straight A's in foster care, but I also had straight S in foster care before. So it really depends on who you are as a person and what your decision is for the future. Because just last year I would have told you I wasn't graduated, and now I'm graduated. So it's up to you.
Like when you said with the where you grow up at, even some white kids in some bougie neighborhood, they can be the worst student in class. Seriously, it doesn't. The way you act in school doesn't mean you're a foster kid. A friend of mine, she grew up with both of her parents in the home, and yet she ended up getting expelled for having drugs in school. And she's not a foster kid. So I just feel like that statement is just kind of it's in my opinion, it's stupid. It's stupid. I don't see why it's considered.
Yeah, and I feel like it's incredibly weird of a person to feel like it's okay to blame foster care system. Even the foster kids themselves should not blame foster care system for their education level, because education is really about how much you learn as a person. So if the person is not learning anything, then
so we're going to be calling on a special guest with us.
Yeah, we are. Oh, it's behind my booty on the other side.
Okay. So we're going to be calling on a special guest of ours.
Okay. So she can discuss the next topic with us, which is...
Foster kids have behavior issues.
And this is... Oh, no. This is our special friend, Kia. You've probably seen her in some of the other videos.
Oh, gosh.
She's been in them.
Your mic.
I know. Can I see? Is she showing? Oh, Takia. Hi, Takia.
Hey. Ooh, shit. Hey.
So right now we're discussing foster kids having behavioral issues. Any opinions on it?
Kayla look pretty. You said what? Wait, what's the topic?
What is your opinion on the myth of foster kids having behavioral issues?
repeat the question one more time?
What is your opinion on foster kids having behavior issues? The myth of it.
I say the myth of kids having behavior issues in the system is because, like, all the stress and cases and different types of things they've been going through in the system. And like, I was just telling my therapist earlier how me sitting in a house, like, all the time drives me crazy. Because, like, sometimes you want to get up and leave the house, and half the time you can't do that because they be quick to put you on rent. So my opinion and my myth on that is, whatever y'all do, if this recording, whatever y'all do, just be careful out there, because this system, yeah, it's good, yeah, it's bad, yeah, it's fun, but there's times where they gonna be on your behind.
So, do you think that myth is true? That all foster kids have behavior issues? Do you think it's true?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you, Takia.
No
Hey,
problem.
thank you, Takia. Thanks for joining us. Say bye.
Y'all look pretty.
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
I'm carefree right now. King got that kill. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your opinion on foster kids having behavior issues?
Well, let's start with saying, give Takia a round of applause. She came through. I mean, we didn't need that little snippet about King in the end, but but she came through. I do believe every kid has behavioral issues.
Not just foster kids.
Yeah, every kid, not just foster kids. I believe every kid has behavior issues, and the reason I say that is because literally 99 out of 10 times you're going to find a kid who had a rebel stage in their life.
Yeah.
And to them, it might not be rebel, it might be I was misunderstood, da-da-da-da, but to, you know, the documents of court and stuff is going to be a behavioral issue. And because of that, I think a majority of kids, not just foster kids, but a majority of kids in life have behavioral issues. That doesn't mean that they're any less capable of things than somebody who doesn't have behavioral issues. You want a kid that's perfect all the time? Because I don't.
There's no such thing. There's no
I
such
don't.
thing.
And if there is, I don't want it.
In my opinion, like you said, every kid is going to have some type of behavioral issue. And I feel like if they're putting in a foster care term, it's because those foster kids are not being heard, so they're going to act out on it. They're not going to know how to ask for something. They're going to cry about it or something like that. They don't have that parental, you know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
parental role in their life, so where they were taught, if you want something, ask for it. Or like pretty much every kid's going to have some type of behavior issue, no matter if it's messing up in school, drugs, fighting, anything, suicidal, anything is considered a behavioral problem.
Yeah, so I don't think foster kids are just limited to that. But I also want to talk about foster care kids don't have dreams and affirmations. How do you feel about that?
Every child has a dream.
Because my thing is, foster kids are still humans. They're not aliens. So definitely have dreams and affirmations. And if you know a foster kid who wants to be in foster care, you let me know. Tell them to DM me, because they should have a dream to get out of foster care. So every kid has a dream. I think what people mean when they say that foster kids don't have dreams and affirmations is because of the laziness that surrounds foster care. But it's not 100% the kid's fault. And the reason I say that is because a lot of group homes either have two ways of living. You're either coddled, which means everything is given to you and you become spoiled and you just whine for things you want, or you're extremely independent in a group home. They don't provide you with nothing. You got to get everything for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And because of those two eras in foster care, it's really hard for a kid to be able to express to people what they want or what they want for their future, because if you're coddled, you're not going to be able to really express what you want. You're just going to say you want it. You know what I mean? You're not going to express why you want it, where you're trying to get with it. And if you're independent, you're not going to want to ask for help. And you need help through life in order to get somewhere. So,
and also another thing on that is that some foster parents or parental guardians in the foster system don't motivate those kids to reach their dreams. So they're going to start believing, hey, I don't have a dream, this and that. They're not going to know what they want to do unless they have someone who pushed them for it. And that's with anybody, not even specifically foster kids. Kids in general have been neglected by their parents. They've been abused. They haven't been heard, which is why we made this little podcast for people to know, like, hey, we hear you, girl. We hear you. But every kid has a dream. Everybody has some type of dream, no matter how old or how young you are. So
That's true. That is true.
coming up on our next myth is foster kids cannot form a healthy relationship.
That is a myth that is 100% true. And the reason I say it is because foster kids, and this goes for majority of people out there in the world, but like majority of people, when they hear foster kid, they immediately think of abusiveness or immediately think of just some unhealthy standard of something. And majority of the time they're right. The reason you are in foster care is probably not a safe environment or a healthy relationship if you're in foster care. But that probably is the reason why you can't make one either. So for people to say like, oh, all foster kids can't make healthy relationships, they can. They haven't gotten their chance yet. And that's another reason why after foster care, extended foster care is so important as well. Because when you turn 18, it's like your only gateway, you know what I'm saying, to be able to show your independence that you haven't been able to show before, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's really important to people to speak up and recognize that your voice is heard, and that it's important that you speak, because that's how you build a healthy relationship. A lot of people, while I've been in the care system and stuff, have told me in and out, girl, you probably heard it before too, don't break your connections, keep people around, you know, this person might be good for you, be nice to them. But that's not a foster care thing, that's a world thing. Everybody needs to work like that. And because people don't work like that, it's good that we know we got to work like that, you know what I mean? So everybody can build a healthy relationship. You probably have one right now. You're probably sitting there like, I ain't got no healthy relationship. Girl, we not talking about boys, we talking about anybody. Literally, if there's a staff member you could go to right now, you know y'all go vibe the whole time, that's your healthy relationship, girl.
Brother Jimson.
Yeah. Damn. You know, gave him a shout out. But yeah, no, if you can vibe with somebody and you know it's just positive energy, you know there's no malicious intent towards each other, that's your person. That's somebody who's healthy for you. So therefore, I don't think anybody should ever feel like they can't do it. But a lot of foster kids are set up to not have healthy relationships, and it's just because of where they came from. So, yeah.
So, in my opinion, that myth is false, because a foster kid can build a healthy relationship. For example, Taliyah and I came from two completely different backgrounds, completely different. And we've grown a relationship to, like, this is my big sis, y'all. Like, nobody can not tell me she's not my sister. Nobody. And that, to me, is a healthy relationship. If you're close enough to go to a person about anything that you're going through, that's your person, and you should keep them close to you. And even though she's leaving me tomorrow, right? I'm gonna be at her door the next day. It's okay. It's okay. So she's my person for me. So,
Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you too, girl.
And to be 100% honest, healthy relationships don't always also mean stable. Because sometimes you could be in a healthy relationship that doesn't show up as often. Like, stable means it's around, it's there, it's stable. You know what I mean? But there's some people you don't talk to for weeks, but you know it's a healthy relationship because when you talk to them, there's no bad energy. So it doesn't always mean stable. It's really hard for people to notice that. Me personally have been in situations like just last month where I thought I had a friend for life, and it's like, maybe life was a bit much. But like, you know, you never know where you're going to be at in the future. You could be in a situation one day where that person comes around or somebody comes around and you're just like closed off because of these unhealthy relationships you had in the past. Never close yourself off to a new relationship because of one that failed in the past. You will find somebody for you, and if that person couldn't love you, there's somebody out there that will. Okay, so, and same thing for you. So, yeah.
A healthy relationship literally can be anything. It can be Biggie Smalls, the dog. It can be a
We
bird.
got a healthy relationship with Biggie.
It could be a bird. It could be a tree. A healthy relationship can be anything that you feel connected to. So, yeah, that's that myth.
Yes. So that was all our myths that we had for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed connecting with me and Ke'La on a different level. This is not something we do every day.
Not at all.
But yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please follow us on all our social media platforms.
At YHM Podcast.
On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And
Stay positive.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
Stay positive. Stay
Keep
yourself.
your head up high.